What's going on, traders? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Welcome back to the channel where we are going to go through a swing trade that I just exited on the S&P 500 ES futures market. I ended up getting out today, which is January 22nd. Depending on when you watch this video, right, this is Wednesday of this week. And I ended up getting out today just because the momentum is starting to slow. But what I was basically able to do was able to take a swing trade on ES as ES is kind of recovering to all-time highs or near all-time highs. You can see here on my TrazeZella platform, I was able to net a little bit north of $6.5 thousand, trading 2 contracts to the long side. Here are my executions. So I actually just had 1 entry and 1 exit. Here are date stamps as well for kind of when I got in and out, but it was about a day and a half day hold, so not too long of a swing trade where I was able to take it from here up to here where I exited today around lunchtime. And we'll look at this on ThinkorSwim as well. This was a really nice trade where I was able to risk a little bit under $2,000 for about $10,000 if we would have recovered all the way to all-time highs, and we obviously got about 70% there, so that's why I was able to just pull out about $6.5 thousand. And then if we look at the P&L curve of the trade, it was fairly healthy because we can see here, right, once I got into the trade, ES did start just kind of a steady climb. So these are the swing trades that I really like to be in because these are a lot easier to hold when they're a lot less volatile. And you can see really throughout the whole trade, it was pretty healthy in terms of the P&L curve, and that made it a lot easier to hold into today. If we open up ThinkorSwim as well, I have my executions shown. So here's that entry that was shown in TrazeZella. Here is it on my ThinkorSwim 1 minute time frame. And then if we scroll over to today, we can look at my exit as well. So we can see I exited right here once ES began making lower lows and lower highs. And that's where my strategy really shows that the momentum essentially is shifting, which caused me to exit the trade. And really the idea of this trade kind of all together, if we look here on the left, was essentially I saw this downward trend line essentially, or this downtrend that was forming these last few weeks on ES. We can see ES has been kind of dropping steadily for a few weeks now. I've obviously avoided buying it quite a bit lately just because of that downtrend. But I did notice, right, once these lower highs stopped and it started uptrending, right, that would potentially offer a really nice swing trade back up to all-time highs. And so I like to call this kind of the all-time high recovery essentially, but all I was able to do was basically wait till ES broke this black trend line. That kind of got it on my radar, and then this red candle where it pulled back here on the 4-hour time frame, that was actually that entry where I ended up getting into the trade. And then I obviously got out today near that all-time high. And I had a couple key levels just to keep an eye out for today that we respected pretty well. So those kind of helped me navigate the trade. But we can see really all day long, right, this had a really nice uptrend. And then that uptrend essentially stopped from a market structure standpoint right about here. So I was just trailing my stop loss up on the trade kind of as it began working. And then once it made that first lower low, that's essentially what triggered my exit on the trade. If this makes sense, feel free to leave a like and a subscription to the channel. We have a lot more content coming, so if you don't mind subscribing just to stay tuned in on all of that once those do release. Feel free to also leave any comments down below with questions that you guys have on the trade itself. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will be back next time. Thanks, traders.